I might get some hate for this, but I think Kevin De Bruyne is finished.
Doesn't that just sum up Manchester? All in Kovacic. De Bruyne.
And unfortunately, I'm not alone in this thought. However, I also think we are forgetting something.
Coutinho for De Bruyne. De Bruyne shot! De Bruyne scores! It's rest as Kevin De Bruyne lashes the ball into the net.
De Bruyne. Oh, belter! Absolute belter from Kevin De Bruyne.
This man has not only changed Manchester City, but the entire league. For almost a decade, De Bruyne was the driving force behind City's success, but at 33, things aren't the same. Injuries have taken their toll. His impact in the biggest matches isn't what it used to be. Against Real Madrid, he was barely involved. Even Pep Guardiola has hinted that De Bruyne needs to consider his next steps.
Let me talk! Let me talk! Let me talk! Let me talk!
With his contract running out this summer, speculation about a move to Saudi Arabia or the MLS is growing. This season, De Bruyne has started to play less. The non-stop demands of modern football are taking their toll, and his consistency is clearly gone. Against teams like Liverpool and Tottenham, he's struggled to make an impact, and Guardiola has admitted that this season has been tough for him. With City going through a period of change, the club will need to make important decisions about their older players. De Bruyne's situation is similar to that of David Silva, who left for Real Sociedad at 34 after a long career at City, and now De Bruyne will need to decide if he can still keep up with the fast pace of top football, or if it's time for him to move on. But before we jump to conclusions, let's take a moment to appreciate who we're talking about. Two-time Premier League Player of the Year, three-time Playmaker of the Season, three-time Footballer of the Year, a complete midfielder, just like Steven Gerrard at his best. And yet, there was a time when people doubted whether De Bruyne could even make it in the Premier League. Imagine this, he only played 3 games for Chelsea before being discarded. So how did a player who was once considered not good enough for the league become arguably the greatest midfielder in its history? His trophy cabinet speaks for itself. More Premier League titles than other midfielders like Gerrard, Lampard and Vieira. His numbers rival any legendary midfielder in England. And when it comes to consistency, he might be the best of them all. Gerrard had great moments, but his best seasons were spread out, one in 2008-09 and another in 2013-14. Meanwhile, De Bruyne has recorded double-digit assists in 5 of the last 8 seasons. Injuries were the only thing stopping him from making it even more. In 279 Premier League games, he scored 70 goals and delivered 118 assists. And those numbers are still climbing. The efficiency is unreal. Even compared to Gerrard, he stacks up. 2 Player of the Year awards compared to other greats, Gerrard's 1 and Lampard's none. So why does it feel like De Bruyne doesn't get the same level of recognition as these other legends? When he arrived at Manchester City in 2015, the club was good, but hadn't reached its peak. They had won 2 league titles before, but real dominance started when De Bruyne joined. He was signed for a then club record £75 million, only behind Angel Di Maria's move to Manchester United in British football history. Many questioned if he could deliver. Sure, he was a star in the Bundesliga with Wolfsburg, but some still labelled him a Premier League failure due to his brief spell at Chelsea. At Chelsea, he expected to be a starter, but was quickly sidelined. He played just 3 games before being frozen out by Jose Mourinho, who openly criticised him. Mourinho famously said, "You are interested in the players that are not playing, but my decision was made." That could have been the end for him in England, but everything changed when he moved to City. In his first season, he hit 16 goals and provided 13 assists. He delivered in big moments too, scoring a late winner against Sevilla in the Champions League and a brace against Hull City in the EFL Cup. In the semi-finals against Everton, he scored again. Then came a major setback, an injury that ruled him out for 2 months. City fans feared the worst, but when he returned, he picked up right where he left off. In the Champions League quarter-finals against PSG, he stepped up again. City had always struggled in Europe, And in a season where they were underwhelming in the league, finishing fourth while Leicester shocked the world, the next season, he continued to dominate. He scored and assisted in his first ever Manchester derby. He ran the show against Bournemouth. By the end of the campaign, he had 21 assists in all competitions. Yet, because City only finished third, many still overlooked him. Then came 2017-18, the season that changed everything. City exploded out of the gates, thrashing Liverpool 5-0, with De Bruyne assisting Aguero and Jesus.
De Bruyne, and Jesus was there.
He ran the midfield, pulling the strings effortlessly. He scored the only goal against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, silencing the fans who once saw him as a failure.
Absolute belter from Kevin De Bruyne. There is no stopping.
He kept going, scoring screamers, delivering unreal assists, and helping City achieve something never done before, a 100-point Premier League season. He won the Playmaker of the Season award and finished as runner-up for PFA Player of the Year. What makes De Bruyne even more special is his ability to adapt. At Genk, he started as a left-sided midfielder in a 4-4-2, but gradually evolved into a central playmaker. In the Bundesliga, he perfected his role as a creative force. But at City, under Pep Guardiola, he transformed again. Playing in a 4-3-3, he learned to control games from deeper positions, dictate tempo, and still find ways to deliver goals and assists. His tactical awareness became elite. Guardiola even experimented with him as a false nine, proving his versatility. He became City's all-time top assist provider and played a crucial role in their treble-winning season in 2022-23. When City finally conquered the Champions League, it was De Bruyne orchestrating the team. Now, at 33, he's not as explosive. His body isn't the same. But let's not forget his legacy. Because when we talk about the greatest midfielders to ever play in the Premier League, Kevin De Bruyne isn't just in the conversation. He might just be the best of them all. De Bruyne's future at Manchester City is now uncertain. With his contract ending in the summer of 2025, the time to make a big decision is coming soon. Pep Guardiola has already said that De Bruyne needs to be honest with himself about his future. There's talk that De Bruyne could move abroad, with Saudi Arabia and the MLS both showing interest. These leagues offer a slower pace of play, which could be better for De Bruyne's aging body. But even with these rumours, De Bruyne is still an important part of City. Guardiola has said the club needs to bring in new players, while keeping some experienced ones, leaving room for De Bruyne to stay. It all depends on what he decides. City is going through a period of change, and as Guardiola looks to build a team that can compete in every competition next season, De Bruyne's role might change. Guardiola has mentioned that the squad needs to grow to handle the challenges of the season, but whether De Bruyne stays depends on whether he's willing to take on a smaller role or if he feels it's time for a new chapter. In the end, no matter where De Bruyne goes, his influence on Manchester City and the Premier League will be remembered as one of the most important in football. Can he still make a difference in his final years? Or will it be time for him to step away and try something new? Only time will tell.